Yo, what's up, Libra? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of March 2016. For the majority of the month of March, the sun is going to be in Pisces. Pisces for you as a Libra is your sixth house. The sixth house has to do with your work, your daily life, and it has to do with your health. On March 21st, the sun shifts into the sign of Aries. That's the area of your life that has to do with your one-on-one relationships. So think about the most important one-on-one relationships you have in your life. You know, your relationship with your significant other, your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your boss, your relationship, with whoever. These relationships will be more of the primary focus towards the end of March. So, for the majority of the month of March, about the first 3 weeks, the focus is more about your work, your daily life, and your health, your work, your everyday life, and your health. And then, after March 21st, when the sun moves into Aries, the focus will be more about your one-on-one relationships. So you'll definitely see a change there. So those are the primary themes for the month of March for you, Libra. Now I'm going to talk about more specific major astrological aspects that are set to occur for the month of March and what they mean for you, Libra. On March 5th, Mars, the power planet, moves into the sign of Sagittarius. For you as a Libra, Sagittarius is your third house. The third house has to do with communication. Now, Mars is a very powerful planet, so like wherever it goes, it really amplifies that area. So, with Mars moving into your communication area, this is going to really make you a strong communicator. So, if you have to sell yourself after March 5th, I mean, this could really be to your advantage. I mean, this really gives you the gift of gab. One thing you got to watch out for, though, with Mars, it does have some negative tendencies too. So, Mars in a negative aspect can actually be, more aggressive. So you got to watch out for that. You need to balance it. Mars can make you a very strong communicator, but at the same time, you don't want to like overshoot the mark. So if you need to sell yourself for anything, or if you need to get your point across after March 5th when Mars moves into your third house, Sagittarius, once again, Sagittarius is your third house of communication. If you need to sell yourself, just make sure that you don't overdo it. So that's something to look out for. On March 8th, there's a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. Now, once again, Pisces is your sixth house. That has to do with your work, it has to do with your daily life, and it has to do with your health. So this is a new moon in this area on March 8th. And it's no regular new moon. This is a new moon solar eclipse. When there's eclipses in these areas, or when there's an eclipse accompanied by the new moon, it actually has to do with a life event that has to do with your fate. So with new moons, what happens is they set off all these new events, and the following 6 months that come after the new moon, all these new things in that aspect of your life start building and building and building, and then 6 months later there's a full moon in the same area, and that's the culmination point of whatever's been developing over the 6 months. So now with this being a solar eclipse new moon in Pisces, there's like something set to occur like regarding your fate, and it has to do with your work, it has to do with your everyday life, and it has to do with your health. So, if things have always been a certain way regarding your work, your daily life, and your health, all of a sudden now there's going to be all these new things that are coming about in the 6 months that follow this new moon. It has to do with your life path, Libra. So I think that's something to be pretty excited about. On March 14th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is in the sign of Pisces. So here we are again with your sixth house. This is a very active month for the sixth house for you, Libra. And it's actually making a challenging aspect this time to Saturn, which is in your third house of communication, Sagittarius. Saturn's in Sagittarius. That's your third house of communication. So, what does this say? It says that, Mercury, the planet of communication, and it's making a challenging aspect to the area of communication. And it has to do with your work, your daily life, and your health. So it sounds like, you're going to be having conversations at work that might be kind of challenging on March 14th, and maybe even following that event, because sometimes these aspects do resonate. You're going to have some challenging conversations regarding day-to-day situations, and you're going to have some challenging, conversations, maybe even about your health on March 14th and following that event. So this could also be looked at as transformational, so it doesn't necessarily have to be, completely challenging situation. I mean, it could be like you're having conversations and you're kind of like being enlightened to basically you're just like want to do things like a new way. So whatever you're talking about on the 14th regarding your work, your daily life, or your health, you may the way you're viewing these aspects of your life might be transforming on this day. You may be thinking a little bit differently about them. So that's something to look out for on March 14th and following that event. On March 23rd, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in your sign. So this is the second eclipse that occurs this month. This is huge. I mean, this is a really active month for eclipse, and this one is a lunar eclipse in your sign. Once again, eclipses have to do with your fate, and Libra, I feel like this is going to be a really, really big change for you. I mean, once again, just like I said previously, if you've always been used to doing things a certain way, if you've always been a certain way, after this full moon lunar eclipse in your sign on March 23rd, expect to see some changes about yourself. I mean, this is part of the growing process. I mean, we can't stay the same forever. So, if you're used to doing things a certain way all the time, or you're used to being a certain way, I mean, this looks like that's definitely set to change. It's definitely an indication of some kind of huge new beginning for you. So I think that's something definitely to be excited about. On March 29th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is now in Aries. Aries for you is your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. It's making a positive angle to Saturn in Sagittarius. Once again, Sagittarius being your 3rd house of communication. I think this is a great day it could be a great day for your love life. If there's someone important in your life or a significant other, somebody, if you're seeing them, or, if you're just getting to know them, or if you're even already in a relationship with someone, I feel like this is a day where communication between you and a significant other, or, someone who you have a really important one-on-one relationship with in your life, it's just going to be a really, really great day for communication with that person. Or it could just be a great day for communication in all of your one-on-one relationships. So something really cool to remember about on March 29th. On March 30th, now you're hitting a little bit of a snag on your communication. Once again, March 30th, Mercury is in Aries. That's your 7th house of relationships. Mercury is a planet of communication, making a challenging aspect to Pluto, which is in Capricorn. Capricorn is your 4th house. That the 4th house has to do with your home and family life. So now all of a sudden, you had a great day on the 29th and then the 30th, and now all of a sudden you're hitting a little bit of snag with your communication. You might be having some, challenging moments with, either somebody you live with in your house, or it just could be with family. So if maybe you even live by yourself, but then you have conversations with family over the phone or text or whatever, you could, be hitting some challenging moments with them. Or it just could be anybody who lives with you in your household. If you have a significant other with you living in your household, you could, you might have some heated moments with this person at that time. But you do end the month off on a great note. On March 31st, Mercury is in the sign of Aries. Once again, Aries, your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. And now it's actually making a conjunction with the planet Uranus in Aries. So both planets are actually aligning in the sign of Aries. That's your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. And Aries is or Uranus is very spontaneous planet. It's, very unexpected. It's the planet of serendipity and spontaneousness. So with Mercury, the planet of communication, aligning with Uranus in the area that has to do with your one-on-one relationships, you could have like some sort of like breakthrough moment. All of a sudden you stumble upon something by surprise, or you just like think of something all of a sudden. It has to do with your communication. It has to do with your one-on-one relationships, and it's very, very positive. So try to think on that date, March 31st, try to think about how that plays into your life, Libra. But I think that's all I have for you now this month. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. But that's all I have for you this time. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.